Welcome to my parlor. oh, I mean, welcome, traveler, to the Hidden Corner Finds. I am Joanne, and this is my humble store. Pull up a chair, stay a while, make yourself at home. What? Oh, you want to know what I'm selling? Everything and anything. well, in short, I have a passion for. Ugh, why did it just bleep me? All I said was I have a passion for picking, I said. Yeesh. You can't say anything on YouTube these days without this censorship. Anyways, as I was saying, I have a passion for picking. For me, there is nothing more satisfying than finding a unique and forgotten item and uniting it with someone who will really appreciate it for years to come. Whether it's a soapstone carving, an old book, or simply a mug to make you laugh, I try and find something for everyone. My goal is to make you a confident buyer. Older items often have a lifetime of stories to tell. I strive to describe the good as well as the bumps and bruises they've experienced along the way. It's important that the pictures reflect what you will receive. To that end, I always encourage questions and will do my best to respond as quick as possible. Appreciate you stopping by the store. If you can't find what you're looking for, please don't hesitate to contact me. I'm always looking for new ideas and will keep an eye out for your items in my travels.
Honey, what the happened to my action figure collection?
Whoops, gotta go. Bye.
And welcome back to Toy Thursday with Johnny Tiger. Hoarse voice and all, we are still going to attempt to muscle through this. Going to keep this a little bit shorter than usual, but no worry, we'll still look at something really cool. Today is National Slurpee Day. If you can go to a 7-Eleven, you can get a free Slurpee. Also, today is National Swimming Pool Day and National Pet Photo Day. So we're going to combine swimming pool, pet photo, and all that good stuff. Going to look at a really cool aquatic creature. Opening the show, we have Mattel's Mosasaurus, this giant Mosasaurus that we've seen several times on the program before. Um, and this you are going to see again in the size comparison near the end of the video. The figure I'm going to show you today actually is another really cool aquatic creature I just recently unboxed. It has been sitting in my pile of boxes for the past 2 years, and I finally got around to opening it, and it's just such a fun creature to have around. So, without further ado, we're going to look at some photos of the packaging as we adjourn to our little work table. This figure comes in a huge box, impressively large, and decorated with some underwater scenery. Uh, by all accounts, it's a very nice box with a clear front window for you to see the figure inside. However, the figure comes in two pieces, have to be assembled out of the box, so this might not be good for displaying in the box. There's also a display base and a connector rod in there so the figure when on the stand can hover about 13 to 12 inches off the ground. This, my friend, is a skimwing. What is a skimwing? Well, think of it as a giant fly fish from the planet of Pandora. This came from the Avatar Way of Water movie, and it's made by McFarlane Toys. And we are doing this a little bit different. Usually, I don't show myself on Toy Thursday, but we're doing this because you guys can see how big this is. Like, I'm sitting right beside it, and this, okay, this is how big it is. Uh, go from my shoulder almost to the other shoulder. That's how long this is. And this is with wings straight down. Now, when we spread the wings, whoa, like look, that's the size of this thing. That's it's posed against me. Okay, covers my basically my entire chest and partly part of my face. That's how big this is. Like here, I'll hold it on my shoulder. Yeah, this is huge. This thing is huge. Um, because it has a very slender body. It is not super heavy, but it has some weight to it. Now, a lot of people already complain about those Disney gargoyles, NECA made, how big their wings are. If that's the issue for you, this might be a figure that you want to skip because this thing take up a lot of real estate on your shelf. Okay, that is the one gripe. Honestly, I would love to have two or three of these, but there's no way I would be able to find somewhere to display even just one is very difficult to find some way to display, unless I want to have the wings down like this. So, what do we know about a skimwing? Like I said, it's an alien fish from the planet Pandora. Now, Pandora has very low gravity, so these flying fish can actually fly much higher than flying fish from Earth. These fish are really big too. They can grow up to 48 feet long and weighs about 2 tons, which means, as crazy as it sounds, this one here, despite of how big it is already, it's actually undersized. Like if you want a full size one, it should be twice the size of this, at least 2 or 3 times, which means you definitely wouldn't have been able to display it. Right? Even at this undersized version, I mean, we can always think about it as a young skimwing. Uh, this is one thing I like about creatures like dinosaurs and dragons and monsters because when you have a superhero like Batman that is undersized, it's hard to overlook that. Okay, if Batman looks smaller than Catwoman, you can't overlook that. It's just really hard to get past that. So size on a superhero or human figures are very important. But on creature figures like this one, well, you can think of it as it's a really young skimwing. Maybe it's not fully adult, it's not full grown, so that's fine. Uh, this thing is very nice looking too, from what I understand. Uh, Even when I run it through the AI said the wings look like butterfly wings. It have really nice gradient of black and yellow and orange uh, on the wings and the fish itself. Um, Very, very nice looking piece. And of course, that just fell off. Um, we'll talk more about that in the next session. But yes, some parts of it will fall off, but it's okay. All you have to do is line it up and do I have it right? Yeah, pop it right back in. Okay, when the fins, the wings, and things fall off, they don't break. Okay, at least they're not supposed to. They'll pop right back in, no problem. Okay. This thing, we can tell that this is a domesticated skimwing because on the planet Pandora, in the Way of Water Avatar Way of Water movie, some of the warriors they ride these giant flying fish. Okay, so we can see that this one is domesticated because there's like a saddle on the back here. There's a harness. There's a like a leather harness that go around the front and I'm not sure if this is a separate piece. No, it's not. It's glued. It's a separate piece that's been glued on. I was hoping that McFarlane would leave this loose so you can pry it off if you want a wild skimwing. But no, it looks like your skimwing have to be domesticated because the saddle is not removable, it seems. This is the mega figure version, the mega fig version, which retails anywhere between $40 to $50. It is quite pricey at that price, but honestly, with the size of this, it's almost worth it. I say almost because I would highly recommend you wait until you see this on sale, and this will always go on sale. I guarantee you this. Like on websites like Amazon and Target and Walmart, this will go on sale very often because it's huge. Like the box it came in is really big, so a lot of times they'll want to get rid of it to make room for other toys. So you just wait patiently. Get this on sale. If you can get this for $20 or $30, it's a great deal. It's a really good deal, right? Other than it looking really cool and fit in with all kind of other stuff, from my understanding is this will also glow in the dark if you charge it with a black light. Apparently, it has a bioluminescent glow to it. Now, that doesn't do me any good, but I imagine it would look really, really impressive. Before we look at articulations closely, let's look at some photos and I'll give you some actual specs on this giant flying fish. This figure is really quite large. It from wingtip to wingtip is about 24 inches. From snout to tail, it is roughly 16 inches. And when you put it on the stand, it hovers about 13 inches off the ground. So this will take up a lot of shelf space, but it is one hell of an impressive piece. Doesn't come with any accessory other than the display stand. One quick note, please insert the metal rod into the bottom of the fish before you get it onto the plastic base, because if you put the rod into the base and then try to force the fish onto the top, it will break the base. The base is not that sturdy. So get the rod into the fish before you insert it into the base. All right, let's quickly go over the articulation and then we'll talk a little bit about value for this guy. Because I know I mentioned that I think you should just wait for a discount, and because this will get discounted, okay, that's the only. I'm not saying that it's not worth the full price. I'm just saying that, why buy at full price when you can wait for a discount? Anyway, so articulation, this can articulate, understand this come on, not drastically, but and the weight of the tail will kind of always make it want to uh, lean back like that. But you can tilt it if you pose the tail uh, and wings. There we go. Now, if you pose the wings, the tail, and find a sweet spot, it will um, there, it will hover at a different angle on the base. But yes, you do have to finagle it a little bit. Other than that, we have an articulated jaw. Look at all those needle sharp teeth. Ow! Nah, I'm joking. Doesn't really hurt. But yeah, you can like chomp down and things. Interestingly enough, the bottom jaw is very stiff, or the top jaw. Look at this, kind of rubbery. I don't know why it's that. Uh, Kind of a weird decision on how to create this. The wings, as we already seen, fully articulated. You can close it, spread it, uh, rotate it. It squeaks a little bit. Yeah, it can go up like this. Now, if you overextend it, it will pop out. But again, it doesn't break, so you can pop it back in easily. Although when that happened for the first time, it kind of freaked me out a little bit. I thought I broke it. Okay, so with the wing flexed back, we can see the rest of the pectoral fin. these are articulated and ball joint, these little pectoral fin. And then these one back here, what are these things called? Uh, Ventral fin, I think that's what they're called. I'm not a fish specialist, um, but I think these are called ventral fin. These are articulated too, and these, as you saw, if you try to close them too close, push them too close to the body, this will pop out. Again, it's fine. Push it back in. Great. And the midsection of the fish is articulated and the ball joint. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Go up and down. Turn it, rotate it. No problem. Now, I heard that this tail has a wire in it. Ah, if yeah, I guess it does. I guess it does. Yeah. But the tail is so thick that I don't know how well it's really going to hold that shape if you bend it. Yeah, I mean it's cool. It does have a wire inside, but ah, it's so thick. It doesn't really want to do uh, much of anything. Uh, but that's okay. You can still get a little bit of a curvature in that. So this is a giant flying fish that have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. If we count the base, nine. If we count the bendy tail, 10. 10 articulation points on it, basically. Not bad, not bad at all. Uh, Definitely a lot better than, say, that Sea Dragon Storm that McFarlane just released. Now, let me quickly talk about value before we cut to the end notes and size comparison. As far as how much does it cost? $40, $50 US? Yes, that's a lot of money. But when we consider what we get from other company for $50, for $50 you can't even get a proper deluxe size Marvel Legend. I mean, a lot of time we get what? Uh, like maybe a deluxe Iron Man or that crazy Spider Woman, deluxe Spider Woman, maybe Incredible Hulk for like 50 bucks, 40, 45, 50 bucks. Those are definitely smaller than this. Okay, this is way bigger, way better quality, no reused part, totally unique creature design, right? Um, for NECA, I always say NECA give you the best value. For NECA, for $50, you would be getting, yeah, maybe something close to this size. But most of NECA's $40 range, like the gargoyle, they are still smaller than this. Close, but still smaller than this. Although they do come with a lot of accessory, so they kind of even out a little bit. But most other company, you're not going to get something this huge. You're not going to get something that is 24 inches across and 16 inches long, and come with a metal rod and a display base. You're not going to get something like this from most company at a $50 price range. So as far as price go, it sounds expensive, but it's really not bad. Now, before we finish today's episode, let's look at some size comparison and listen to my end comments. Thank you for checking out today's episode. My voice is not fully recovered yet, so I apologize for that. Hopefully, I'll be uh, up to making a fitness video tomorrow. We'll now look at some comparison shots. Here we have the fish compared with the Incredible Hulk, and it makes the Incredible Hulk seem small. In fact, the Hulk can ride this Skimwing no problem, and of course it looked perfect with Mera, the underwater warrior from Aquaman, with other underwater creatures such as this Green Lantern fish and the sea dragon. It's great as well, and of course it poses a lot of fun with the Mattel Mosasaurus. Overall, I don't really need to know anything about the movie. I don't know anything about the movie, have no connection to the creature, but a giant flying fish, it's just too hard to pass up. If you can ever find this one on discount, don't pass on it. It's great.